Hello and welcome to Songs for the Struggling Artist, the blogcast. This is episode 228. My name is Emily Rainbow Davis, and today's blogcast has some bad words in it. I don't know if they're bad words. It's more like one phrase that I'm just going to say a lot of times, and it's kind of crude, and it's based on something that I heard, and so I just ran with it. But I know, like, if you're like my family, you might not want to be listening to this because I'm going to say that phrase over and over and over again. So, you know, it's up to you. I'm just giving you the warning. You hear a lot of things here in New York City, and some of them aren't very nice, but some of them are. Anyway. I'm about to read this here blog to you, and let's just get into it. It is called the Suck My Dick Party. Warning, extreme crudeness witnessed on the street, which led me to explore the extreme crudeness and expand upon it. Be forewarned. There is one crude phrase in this, and you're going to hear it a lot. The day they called the election for Joe Biden, what are we calling this day, by the way? It wants a name, the way there was V-Day. I ended up at the spontaneous party on a random corner. People danced, they cheered, they clapped. They shouted exuberantly at passing cars that honked their horns in reply. The street was vibrating with joy. It was an ebullient wonder to behold and participate in. Then suddenly, from up the block came a man, shouting angrily. He shouted, "Suck my dick!" over and over again as he walked straight into the heart of the festivities. I heard him before I saw him and was surprised to discover a young Latino man where I had expected an old white one. Why was this man so mad at the celebration of the triumph of democracy in the street? How could a young man whose interests and family would likely have been destroyed by Trump's party be drawn to them and mad about the defeat? What could the appeal possibly be for him? And that's when I realized that a man who shouts "suck my dick" as he walks down the street is, of course, attracted to the suck my dick energy of the current manifestation of the Republican Party. He's into the suck my dick GOP. He likes the combative, inappropriate, rude, rule-breaking vibes. He likes a president who's open about sexual assault. Grabbing women by the pussy is part of the appeal. He likes senators who make up new rules and break them after they make them. Those senators might not actually say, "suck my dick," after they flout all the rules, but they have high suck my dick energy. Oh, the country needs relief from a global pandemic? Suck my dick. At 8 months before, it's too close to the election to confirm a Supreme Court justice. Suck my dick, Merrick Garland. And now, 8 days before the election, we'll just go ahead and confirm this patriarchal handmaiden that hardly anyone actually wants in the position because suck my dick. Voting rights? Suck my dick. Equal justice under the law for everyone? Suck my dick. Medical personnel need PPE? Suck my dick. Democracy? Suck my dick. The yelling guy at the party is attracted to the cruelty and nihilism of the toxic waste dump of masculinity we've been living in. He doesn't know what nihilism is, of course, but he recognizes suck my dick energy when he sees it. I have really been struggling trying to understand how so many people could vote again for the walking violation in office, and somehow this kid who wanted a street full of happy people to suck his dick, and not in a fun way, has shown me what's at play for a lot of people. The clues have been there. All the talk of joy at liberal tears and derisive laughter at tragic family separations and COVID deaths. It's all just suck my dick energy at its heart. I didn't want to believe it. I don't like to think of my countrymen as being purposefully cruel, even when they are racist and sexist and terrifying. But I think if it's not all of them, it's an awful lot of them, an awful lot. They see us having a good time, enjoying each other and all our beautiful diversity, and they just want to shout at us to suck their dicks. They look around and they find a group of people and a political party where that sort of behavior is not only tolerated, but is celebrated. And so they band together and have a good time leaning into insulting and attacking all the people they find fun to hate. That's what binds them together. It's the suck my dick grand old party, and it can't be nowhere near as fun as the party on the street. But somehow it appeals to them. What I am comforted by, though, was how, on the day the election was called, the party on the street responded to this guy shouting. That is, they didn't. The party took absolutely no notice of Mr. Suck My Dick. No one gave him even a look. Mr. Dick wanted a fight, and absolutely everyone was too busy enjoying the day to notice him at all. He passed through the party like a wind and was gone. I hope the entire Suck My Dick GOP passes similarly. Have you had enough of that? I think I have had enough of it. It does feel somehow weirdly refreshing because it's like not a thing I say to say it. Like if it's so taboo, it feels like, yeah. I feel like I've known some women over the years who use it as like a phrase to say to just really throw cat collars off their game. I've just never had the guts to do it, but I recognize that game and I appreciate it a lot. So this was not a popular post. I don't know if it's the title because, it's called the Suck My Dick Party. But I didn't, I obscured most of the letters. I think it's fairly clear what it is, although we were just joking that it maybe is, that people thought I was other things like sell my duck, shoe my dogs. Anyway, we had a good laugh over here about that. It is not about shoeing your dogs, though. Anyway, so what the song will be is I didn't know, I was like, okay, what's a good song for this? And the only song that came to mind was Gen X classic Detachable Penis by King Missile, which has a very different energy than the spirit and of the GOP. Like, it's just actually a very sweet song. So maybe that's why I thought of it and thought it might belong here, is that it's a song about a guy with a detachable penis, and it's kind of sweet and charming, and it doesn't have this kind of aggressive quality. I don't know. Anyway, I am not the right person to be doing this song, but I think that's part of the pleasure, is just to be like, this is not right for me. But it was super fun to mess around with. I pulled out Ms. Charlotte Bronte, my electric guitar, which I haven't played in months and months and months, maybe a year. No, I don't know, but it's been a long time since I pulled out the electric. So that was fun. And get to do a little performance poetry in this song. There's not a lot of song in this song. It's a talking song. Anyway, if you're not familiar with King Missile, this is kind of their shtick, is that it's kind of Gen X poetry put to some heavy beats. No, they're not beats at all. It's heavy guitar usually. I do miss the drums in my version, but I do not have a drum well, I guess I do have a djembe somewhere, but I don't think that would be right. And somehow the garage band loop drums are just not right for King Missile. So I let it be a little more spare with just guitar and me. So that's coming up in just a minute. And just to plug listening to the actual song, which I always recommend because it's good to, I don't know, get some songs that don't get a lot of listens, some listens. Although this song, Detachable Penis, is definitely King Missile's most popular song. Second most popular is Jesus Was Way Cool. So you can listen to that one too. I very much enjoy the violence of Martin Scorsese. The song is called Martin Scorsese, but it's a very violent song. And I don't know why I find it hilarious, but I do. Anyway, so thank you for listening. And if you liked the podcast, please tell someone. If you would like to contribute, you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/Emily R. Davis. There is also Ko-fi and PayPal. All those links are in the show notes. We are not yet done with the final episode of The Dragoning. I am sorry if you're waiting for it. Please forgive us. There's been a lot going on in the lives of the people who make it. So it's just taken some time, but it is coming. It is definitely coming. I've heard the second draft. It's happening. It's happening. It's just going to take a little minute. So thank you for being patient. And if you haven't listened to it yet, those links are also in the show notes. And without further ado, I give to you Detachable Penis. I woke up this morning with a bad hangover, and my penis was missing again. This happens all the time. It's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home when I think it's going to get me in trouble, or I can rent it out when I don't need it. But now and then I go to a party, get drunk, and the next morning I can't for the life of me remember what I did with it. First I looked around my apartment, and I couldn't find it. So I called up the place where the party was. They hadn't seen it either. I asked them to check the medicine cabinet because for some reason I leave it there sometimes, but not this time. So I told them if it pops up to let me know. I called some other people from the party, but they were no help either. I was starting to get desperate. I really don't like being without my penis for too long. It makes me feel like less of a man, and I really hate having to sit down every time I take a leak. After a few hours of searching the house and calling everyone I could think of, I was starting to get very depressed. So I went to the Kiev and ate breakfast. Then, as I walked down 2nd Avenue toward St. Mark's Place, where all those people sell used books and other junk on the street, I saw my penis lying on a blanket next to a broken toaster oven. Some guy was selling it. I had to buy it off him. He wanted $22, but I talked him down to 17. I took it home, washed it off, and put it back on again. I was happy again. Complete. People sometimes tell me I should get it permanently attached, but I don't know. Even though it's sometimes a pain in the ass, I like having a detachable penis.